After months of calling for Eskom to be declared in a state of disaster, the DA is going to court to prevent it. President Cyril Ramaphosa declared a national state of disaster during his State of the Nation address last week to respond to the electricity crisis with immediate effect. He stated that the state of disaster would allow the government to take the practical steps necessary to support businesses in the food production, storage, and retail supply chains, such as the deployment of generators, solar panels, and uninterrupted power supply. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, has gazetted the move. Ring-fenced around Eskom, DA leader John Steenhuisen said the party was going to court to challenge the declaration of a state of emergency in the electricity sector. He stated that the DA did not want a formal national state of disaster, but rather a ring-fenced state of disaster around Eskom. A state of disaster under the guise of dealing with load-shedding crisis will similarly empower the ANC to abuse procurement processes and issue nonsensical regulations that have nothing to do with the electricity crisis. The DA will not stand by and watch the ANC use the electricity disaster it created to loot and abuse the people of South Africa, Steenhuisen said. Contacting the Supreme Court of Appeal, the DA requested an urgent court date to hear its existing challenge to the constitutionality of Section 27 of the Disaster Management Act from the Judge President of the Supreme Court of Appeal. If the DA's application is successful, it will avert the recently declared state of disaster and spare South Africans from Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma's abuse of power through DMA, DA Member of Parliament said. According to the DA Member of Parliament, the definition of a disaster was vague. Once such a national state of disaster is declared, the self-same minister obtains the power to make regulations and issue directions and authorize others to do the same. Before the state of disaster expires, the same minister has the authority to extend such a national state of disaster for an indefinite period of 1 month at a time.